Algebra 2, Chapter 5.3, Solving Linear Systems in 3 Variables. In this particular video lesson, we are going to emphasize the method of substitution. And there are other methods as well, like elimination and using matrices and technology, but I'm going to concentrate in this lesson on substitution so as to not make the video enormously long. And so that's one of the methods used here that we're going to concentrate on. First in the book, it demonstrates different ways that planes can intersect or not. And then when you have 3 planes intersecting at a common point, that's going to be a single solution, like a coordinate triple instead of a coordinate pair. 3 planes can also form a line, as demonstrated in the drawing to the right. And then the book gives this explanation of how to do that over this page and the next page, and then also for demonstrating how 3 points can be used to form the equation of a parabola. But I'm going to go right to the Your Turn section and show this particular system worked out. So the first thing we're going to do is take this first equation and solve it for z. We could have also solved for x quite easily, and to do that we have z on the left side of the equal sign, and we're going to take this 2y and this x over to the other side of the equal sign, and what we're going to be left with is z is equal to 8 minus 2y minus x. And then this 8 minus 2y minus x we're going to use to replace z in the other 2 equations. So there and there. And so working to the right with the second equation, we're going to have 2x. I'm just taking this second equation and working to the right. 2x plus y minus, and now in the place of this z, I have this parentheses in which I'm going to place what we have figured out z was is 8 minus 2y minus x. And then we're left with this equals 4. Okay, and continuing to work to the right, we're going to have, just eliminating the parentheses here, we're going to have 2x, and we're going to have plus y, and then we're going to have negative 8, or minus 8, and then we're going to have minus 2y, that's going to end up being plus 2y, and then we're going to have minus x, so that's going to be plus x, and that's going to be equal to 4. And continuing to work to the right, we're going to have 2x plus x, which is 3x, and then we're going to have y plus 2y, which is 3y, and then we're going to take this negative 8 and move it to the other side of the equal sign by that 4, and that's like adding 8. So on the other side of the equal sign, we're going to have 4 plus 8, which equals 12. I hope you were able to follow that pretty well. So that's going to be our first equation with z eliminated. And now we're going to take this third equation down here, which is going to be, we put x plus y, and then we have plus 3 times what we solve for z being, which is 8 minus 2y minus x. And that's going to be equal to 7. And continuing to work to the right, that's this little arrow here, we're going to have x plus y, and we're going to have 3 times 8 distributing. That's going to be plus 24. And then we're going to have 3 times negative 2y, which is going to be minus 6y. And then we're going to have 3 times negative x, which is going to be negative 3x. And then that's going to be equal to 7. So we're going to have x minus 3x, it's going to be negative 2x. And we're going to have y minus 6y is going to be minus 5y. And finally, we're going to have let me get that. I don't think I put that minus equals 7, did I? Yeah, I made it look like an arrow is what it ended up being. Equals 7. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to the right. So we're going to have negative 2x, and then y minus 6y is going to be minus 5y. And then we're going to subtract 24. And so we have 7 minus 24 on the right side, which is negative 17. And now I'm going to take this first equation here and solve it for x. So I'm going to bring this right below here. I'm arrowing. So I have 3x plus 3y is equal to 12. And then subtracting 3y, we're going to have 3x equals 12 minus 3y. And dividing by 3, we have x is equal to 4 minus y. And now with this x equals 4 minus y, we're going to be able to take this in the place of any this other equation here. You see this negative 2x minus 5y equals negative 17. So we're going to take this 4 minus y and replace this x right here. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down below. We're going to put minus 2, 4 minus y, minus 5y is equal to negative 17. And then we have negative 2 times 4 is going to be negative 8. And then we have negative 2 times negative y is going to be plus 2y. And then we have minus 5y equals negative 17. And now adding 8. And then we have 2y on the left side minus 5y. We're going to have negative 3y is equal to negative 17 plus 8, negative 9. And dividing by negative 3, we're going to get y is equal to 3. Okay, so that's going to be that. So we have y equals 3. I'm going to just kind of box that in to show that. Then we can take this y equal 3 and put it in the place here to solve for x. So now I'm going to come up here, draw all these diagrams. We have x equals 4 minus 3, which equals 1. we have x is equal to 1. So that's going to be another value. And we have just one more to work with. We have this equation up here, z equals 8 minus 2y minus x. So z equals 8 minus 2y minus x, and we're substituting in for x and y. So z is equal to 8 minus 2, and y is 3, and we have minus x, which is minus 1. So we have z is equal to 8 minus 6 minus 1, which equals 1. So z equals 1. And so our coordinate triple is going to be this coordinate triple is going to be the point x is 1, y is 3, and z is 1. And the last thing I'm going to do is go to the graphing calculator and just test one of those equations, maybe the last one. And we're going to put x is 1, so 1 storage x, enter. We'll put in 3 storage and alpha y, enter. And then we'll put in 1 storage alpha z, enter. And then the last equation, now we'd have to do it to work for all of these. So we're going to put x plus y plus 3z and see if that equals 7. Well, we should see that, right? That's going to be x is 1, y is 3, plus 3 times 1. That is going to equal 7. So we can just check all this. 2 times x, that's going to be 2, plus 3 minus 1 equals 4. Check. And the last one we have 1 plus 2 times 3, which is 6, plus 1 is equals 8. That checks. So we are 100% sure that this is going to work out for us. Now, I invite the viewer to work out this next problem, and there is a solution, and just pause the video, work it out to see if you can get it right. Okay, I'm not going to work this out right now on camera, but I have worked out this problem earlier, and this is the working out of that. And you can, I hope, see what I did here. Solve this first equation for y, substitute into the subsequent 2 equations, and then went about in the same with the same process as the first one I solved. So that's how we do it. Again, this is a more advanced skill than Algebra 1. I hope this has been a helpful lesson to you. Good luck, and thanks for viewing.